What if the tides of conflict and diplomacy could be swayed by a single meeting? The G7 summit, a gathering of the world's most powerful economies, has recently been in the spotlight, but not for its usual agenda. This time, it's the Iran-Israel conflict that's taking center stage. Just days ago, Iran launched an aerial attack on Israel, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing tensions between the two nations. In response to the attack, the United States, along with the United Kingdom, France, and Jordan, assisted Israel in intercepting the majority of the drones and missiles. Yet the question on everyone's minds is, what's next? President Joe Biden convened the G7 to address this very question. The meeting aimed to coordinate a diplomatic response to Iran's actions, reflecting ongoing efforts to curb violence in the region. It was a call for restraint, urging Israel not to retaliate further against Iran, and a plea for peace. But peace is a delicate balance, especially when you're dealing with nations that have a history of engaging in covert operations against each other. Former CIA Director David Petraeus suggests that Israel could respond to Iran's drone strikes through covert operations rather than overt actions. This approach, while potentially effective in avoiding further escalation, is no guarantee of a long-term solution. The G7 nations, aware of the potential fallout from this conflict, are considering additional sanctions against Iran. The implications are far-reaching, with potential impacts on Russia's strategic interests in the Middle East and even the global oil supply. Investors watch with bated breath, as the risk of disruption to the oil supply could cause oil prices to skyrocket. The G7 meeting concluded with a unified stance. The nations are more united than ever in working to de-escalate tensions in the Middle East. It's a commitment to Israel's security and a commitment to bringing these tensions to a close. The G7 statement expressed a commitment to hold Iran accountable for its destabilizing activities, including degrading its missile and drone capabilities. Yet the aftermath of the G7 meeting and the Iran-Israel conflict remains uncertain. The Middle East continues to be a sea of problems, with the Iran-Israel conflict dominating the scene. The G7 ministers repeated the mantra of de-escalation, followed by renewed efforts towards a ceasefire in Gaza. In summary, the G7 meeting served as a platform for the world leaders to address the Iran-Israel conflict, emphasizing the need for de-escalation and diplomatic solutions. The world watches as these nations navigate the tumultuous waters of conflict and diplomacy, hoping for a peaceful resolution. The stakes are high, and the impact of these decisions will be felt globally. Only time will tell if the G7's unified stance can bring about the desired peace and stability.